All right, for this week's analysis, I think the most important thing, even though it's the middle of the month, the most important thing that we need to notice here is what happened on the monthly time frame. So we had price rise to all the levels that we expected it to, but when it reached the all-time high, price rejected. And this is a strong rejection. We can't really argue with this rejection. This is a very strong rejection. So we also need to highlight the last breakout. In the last breakout, we probably have this as our last breakout, this area, right? But this area could reject. So that means we also need to put this area as our last breakout, because this could be a weekly retest and this ended up being a monthly retest, depending on how the monthly candle is going to close in a couple of weeks. All right, so these are the two things that we need to understand on the monthly time frame. Price was pushing higher, it reached the all-time high and it rejected, right? And this is a very strong rejection. So let's see what we have on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, all right, so this is the area that we said this could be the monthly retest, and this could be the weekly retest. As you can see, if you look at this area and this area, all the way back to this area, price has been playing around that area. So yes, price is going to show us a little bit of something around that area. So we need to understand that we have a zone right here, right? So instead of putting our zone on this high, right, we're putting our zone under here, because this is where the new low was created. This high was a high when price was still underneath it, but then this price action responded to this high and created a new low right here. So this new low right here is what's very important at the moment. All right, and then when we move off to the daily time frame, we need to adjust a little bit so that our zones are in line. On the daily time frame, this is where things get interesting, right? On the daily time frame, price created a new high right here, right? And what's very interesting is this is a trail runner formation, right? Price went up, right? Created a big bullish candle, and price went down, created the same bearish candle. These two candlesticks are called a trail runner pattern, and gold presents these two candlesticks a lot in the markets, and this is one of the best formations to trade when you're trading gold. As you can see right here, price had a bearish candle and a bullish candle, the same exact formation, and price went all the way up. This is one of the best patterns to trade when you're trading gold, the trail runner formation. So what price normally does is either it would drop from this low, or if it was a rejection from the bottom, it would go higher, or price will come up to try and retest this high and then drop. The same way, price will come down and then go higher. And so as long as price does not close above the high of our trail runner opening or at the bottom, price will follow through with the pattern. This is one of the best patterns to trade when you're trading gold, and hence this pattern happened on the daily time frame and it worked so well. This was one of the best trade patterns to work out, to look out for the moment it happened. As you can see, the next candlestick happened, right? This was not a rejection candle. It's a very tiny candle and it did not push anywhere. This candle created a high, considering that the next candle was a hammer. Yeah, this is a hammer, a bearish hammer. This was your sign that price was going down. If we had used our weak view knowledge, you would have caught pretty much this whole candle. All right, because price did not go high above our high, you would have been trading for the week view, and I'm pretty sure there were signs on the 4-hour time frame or the 1-hour time frame that price was still going lower. So this candlestick, you would have caught the whole candlestick, A, and B, this would be your higher time frame confirmation that price was going to go down. So this candlestick should have been your bonus. You should have also caught this candlestick because the whole pattern unfolded pretty well. There were no complications. It was a textbook setup. All right. So I hope someone caught it, and I hope someone used our previous knowledge to catch that move. All right. So now prices dropped all the way, but as you can see, price closed below this low that was created right here. So as long as price stays below this low today or tomorrow or for this week, price has higher chances of reaching our next low. Remember the low that we put on the daily time frame, this is our next low. So we need to see what price is going to do around this area for it to come down here. But if price is to close above this area right here, then price could try to come back for a retest around this area for it to go all the way down if it is going to go down, right? That's if it is going to go down. If it closes above, then we want to see what it's going to do to around this area. This is our area for a retest, right? And then if it rejects, then we know it's going down to our target. But if it doesn't, right, first target around this area. But if it doesn't, let's say price rejects closing above this area, and then it comes here, and then it rejects this area. It fails to close above this area, comes all the way down, rejects this area, and then comes back to close above this area. Then we know price is still very much bullish. So it's preparing us for the next move higher. So these 2 points are very important. Those are the 2 supports that price needs to break for the trend to change. Remember, for a trend to change, price needs to break 2 supports or 2 resistances, and then the trend can change because it's invalidating. You can even say the Elliott waves or the 3 pattern system that happens in the market, right? The 3 consolidation system that happens in the market. Now, since we have our points, let's look at our 4-hour time frame to see how we can catch those moves. As you can see on the 4-hour time frame, there isn't much happening. We don't have enough information for us to even try to buy price to our retest area. Remember, this is our retest area. The last bullish candle before price went all the way down. This is our retest area. The last bullish candle before price went all the way down, all the way to this area. And as you can see, its price has been going down. The bullish volume is very low. Price is trying to go higher, but the bearish volume is still pushing it down. So at the moment, we don't have anything that's clearly telling us to buy price right now. Remember, when you go into the market, when the trend has been set, sometimes it's best to look at the market and be like, okay, until the price has reached this area, I'm only looking to sell, or until the price has reached this area, I'm only looking to buy, considering what the market has been doing. But sometimes it's unnecessary to buy when the market is not telling you to buy. For example, from this area, there was no point of you buying when the market is pushing price low. As you can see, price is just going down. Why would you be buying? Doesn't make sense. So we need a strong candle that can maybe come close above this area. And then we can say, okay, now we can look for buys for a retest and for price to go higher, because now the bullish candles are covering a lot of the bearish candles, invalidating the trend to go lower. All right. Can even put a mini trend line around this area. And if we have this candle that's printing right now, push all the way up, then we know, okay, the price might be trying to go high to create a high, possibly for it to go lower, or to just to continue the bullish trend. All right, because this candle right here, our previous 1-hour candle, is a reset candle. So this candle can mean that price is going lower or it's going to go higher. You need to understand reset candles, especially on the higher time frames. They are very important. All right. So you don't need to trade every day. We need to understand that. So some days we can look for patterns for things to trade, and some days we might not have anything to trade. We also need to understand that. So especially on a day like this, there isn't much information. Maybe during New York, we'll have some more information, but for now, this is what we have, and you need to wait for market to give you more information, something that you can use to trade. Because remember, as market prints these candlesticks, they are giving you something to use. All right, so when you have that information, you can still use it to your advantage. You're not missing anything. You need that information to use it to your advantage to get those profits that you're looking for. All right, so that's it for this week. We'll keep you updated, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.